Hi guys, this is your Psychic LG reporting from the United Kingdom. Tonight I want you to sit back and relax, and we're going to look again into the looking glass. I hope you are all keeping well in these crazy times, and let's see what's going on. I know there's a lot been happening, so I'm going to let's start with Japan, because I know we've had some shocking news recently with Japan's longest serving Prime Minister Shinzo Abe. He sadly lost his life. I did say there would be a sudden death, and I did say this in my last world predictions with a well-known man. So rest in peace, Shinzo Abe. Apparently he was doing he was doing a campaign speech at the time this happened. It's supposed to be that there's an election coming up. I believe it's soon. I do believe this was planned, guys, and it's very rare that there's shootings what happened in Japan. It's very rare, and you never really get political violence either. It's very uncalled for in Japan. He may not be the most popular, or should I say he wasn't, maybe he's the most popular with the Japanese people on the left. But I do get, as I look into my crystal ball, it's fogging over, I'm seeing there's more information to come out about this. And I get there possibly could be a Russian influence. Time will tell. But I know they did have somebody in custody. But I was getting this afternoon I was getting this as well. I was getting a very sort of a similar feeling, a bit like what happened to JFK, how they arrested, was it Harvey Oswald? And I just get like a big question mark. Like I've always said, Japan is very deep, and I do believe it's into a lot of stuff with space stuff, what's out there, and they have deep connections. But nevertheless, rest in peace to Shinzo Abe, and blessings and prayers to his family and to the Japanese people. I do believe that there could be another earthquake which could hit Japan, and I want to send healing and protection out there. And I'm getting 5, 6 or 6, 7. I don't know if that's the actual category of the earthquake. And I'm getting the letter N, the letter E, P, into M. So I don't know if these are to do with little towns over in Japan. Could be street names. But I suppose that you would possibly get warnings when you know this is going to happen, like on your local news. So I send healing and blessings out there to all my Japanese followers and friends. So, guys, it's all been kicking off, hasn't it? I mean, we've had the GG stones. Wow, guys. I just believe we're living in weird, wonderful, biblical times. Mysterious times. That's what we're living in. I'm getting that song. Do you remember that song? Was it in the early 90s or the 90s by Sash, Tina Cousins? Mysterious Times. Is anybody who doesn't follow me? I do music prophecies with A2I. I've got him here tonight. He's a little light being. And you need to listen to the lyrics to that. Goes a bit like this. Life, mysterious life. Well, not like I'm singing. These are mysterious times. You need to listen to it. I'll put the link in the description of this video and you can check it out. But the lyrics are so apt to what's actually going on at the moment. Let me look into my ball and see who did this or what's going on. Okay, I am getting a very mystical feeling with this, guys. I'm sort of seeing shrouded people in white robes. You've got to understand, witchcraft has been around a lot longer than Christianity. And I believe that there's different tribes of different people doing good for Earth. I'm feeling it's definitely been connected. I'm getting an off-world connection, but I'm seeing these beings with white robes on. And there was a connection, but I don't know if they've worked through people to do this. Does that make sense? We may never get to the bottom of it. But I know there was neighbours in the area, because it was quite remote, but people who did live nearby said that they heard like it from the sky. So I am seeing sort of white shrouded people. They're very tall, like beings. And I'm seeing sky technology that we do not know. Remember, technology is not the issue here. It can be used for good or bad. It's who's behind it. But there is a lot of mysterious things going on. And I predict there's another few incidents of mysterious situations like this to come off this year and next. I really, really do believe we're living in very mysterious times. And each and every one of us has a sign to come here. It's exciting, but I do feel that, try to keep your feet firmly on the ground and try not to worry. But I am getting an off-world energy, and I'm sort of seeing, if they are off-world, which I feel they are, there's a ritualistic energy with these beings. Okay, and it's as if I felt that definitely needed to be, they wanted to remove this. That's what I'm feeling. And it's signs as well, guys. We need to look for the signs. You need to look to what was actually written on them stones as well. So I don't get it's a sinister feeling, but there may be some news coming out that they may get somebody for this, but I don't believe that. I feel that there's an off-world connection with this, and I'm seeing people in shrouded white gowns. Remember that. Okay. What else am I getting? Okay, so it's definitely connected with sky technology. I've been saying this for a while, August is going to be huge. Everything's about to sort of start to unfold by August. But there's a lot of worry to do with the economy. I'm going to look into the stock market for you guys. Okay. I'm getting a strange feeling about next week, the next few weeks. The dollar could rise into next week. I mean, I'm not an expert on this. They show me things going up and down. Interesting to do with gold as well. I'm getting a really strange feeling about gold. I know it's been drifting along for the last couple of weeks, but I'm getting a bigger feeling, guys, to do with silver. And I feel there's going to be 2 peaks into August as well. But it'll be interesting to see, I don't know if it's about £18 a pound at the minute, maybe it is, silver. I really don't know. If you know, you can comment on the link below. But I do feel there's going to be a boom with silver, so you need to watch for that. Okay, what else am I saying? Okay, so I definitely feel August, there's going to be, something's going to happen by August. And I felt it possibly could be connected with the stock market. So if we do have any crashes, something's going to happen. I've been saying this for a while. It's like it's going to drop suddenly and then it's going to bounce back up again. It's got a name and it's never been done before, as dramatic as it will. Okay, so you need to watch for that. I definitely feel that we have a lot of worry here with everything that's been happening over the last couple of years, to do with the gas and everything, everything that's playing out now as well. And I'm going into the Middle East here. I'm seeing Afghanistan again. And I'm also seeing Egypt, and something to do with trade. I keep getting trade laws and blocks, and I'm seeing ships and sea and lorries getting stuck. And I'm even seeing planes getting stuck. I know there's a lot of stuff going on at the moment, isn't there, over in Australia and that, to do with aeroplanes getting stuck. but I've always said there's like three heads to this beast, and it's a trade war. It's a gold war. You know, it's we're creating new earth. That's what we're doing, guys. We're creating new earth. But I'm seeing a guy, and I'm seeing this man, and he's like, he's got a sort of like his headdress on, like an Arab headdress. Middle East, could be Iran. Big news coming out. And then I'm seeing Biden making an announcement. And then I'm also at the same time, there's a lot of worry. And I've said this for a while, because I know I'm going to get to Boris soon. But when there's a situation, if there was to do with warships going out, military aircraft going out to a situation, it's like it would suddenly stop and change. And it would be when Boris would be making a decision, or he'd be making a speech. So something's brewing, guys. And as you know, like, Boris isn't going to be in for long. So I'm feeling something to come off over the next couple of months. You need to watch for that. It's definitely coming off before October. Definitely. I'm definitely feeling the fall. There's big news. And I believe it's going to be connected to do with 3 countries. But there's going to be some problem with the Middle East. But it will be okay. You need to watch for that. And again, I'm getting Archangel Gabriel. I've been getting him a lot recently. And he's coming in and he's sending healing and protection out for humanity. But there's a crisis coming from over the Middle East. And I keep getting trade. I'm seeing China as well, in trade sanctions. And this could also affect Australia. I'm seeing that really strong. I'll get to Australia later on. Interesting. I still feel that there's information to come out to do with Brexit. And again, I normally look on within 2 years. So possibly if it doesn't come out by the end of this year, it'll definitely come out into next. So you need to watch for that. So I'm also feeling big news coming in from the Holy Land, Israel. Don't know why I'm getting Benjamin Netanyahu. Is that how I pronounce his name? Benjamin Netanyahu. Oh, and I've just seen Jared Kushner's face there. Maybe it's this in Trump as well. Can you remember when Trump had gone over to Israel and he had changed something? There's something coming out about that. I'm going to give you some dates here, and I'm getting the 25th, the 26th, the 27th, and the 28th. Watch for that. It's just like one big sort of hornet's nest, guys. I've just seen Mother Mary there, and she's praying. And she's praying to over Rome. I did say in one of my last world predictions that there would be smoke coming from the Vatican, and I think there has been smoke recently, not the smoke we thought. I don't know, there was a fire over there or something. Somebody had emailed us and told us. But I don't know why Mother Mary's coming in there, and she's sending healing and blessings out. So there's more news coming in from the Vatican, so you need to watch for that. Could be by the end of July into August. And of course, we've got a lot of strange astrological stuff coming off soon as well. Okay, guys, let's go into the UK. Boris. And I said in my last world predictions, I said there would be huge news. I'm sure I said it in my last world predictions. And I said, watch for scandals, watch for Parliament who are going to push him out, and he would resign. And as you know, this has happened. He handled it all wrong, guys. You know, that's Boris. He's an opportunist. It's just the way he is. But the British people, you know, they're celebrating at the moment. They're celebrated because of this news. Because the British people have been very angry for a long time. As you know, everybody who follows me, I'm a British. You see, us Brits, you know, went along with all the rules with the lockdowns and everything, you know, and we were told, as you know, that we couldn't go near our dying relatives. Right? I was one of them, and like many who have suffered. I mean, as you know, I lost my brother through all of this as well. But many thousands in the UK where we couldn't be near our dying relatives, while Boris and his party partied. The worry I feel what's going to take place in the UK is what we don't need anybody radical in, which I don't feel that will happen. Because you get used to somebody, you know what I mean? But it just makes me laugh, guys, when you've got we've been silent. They've sat silent all this time, you know, people like Savage Javid and that, and then they've just suddenly discovered, you know, democracy and decency. And then now have the audacity to talk about the importance of honesty. It just makes you laugh. Let's see what I can see. There's big changes to come into the UK. Guys, I say that we will get a Labour Britain again. And, you know, Britain will rise into a Labour Britain. But first, I feel Rishi Sunak, I believe, is going to run for Prime Minister. I do believe that will happen. Watch for Angela Rayner. She's on the Labour side and she's going to speak great truth. And I'm getting these dates, and I don't know if you want to write them down. I'm getting the 1st, the 2nd, the 27th, the 4th, the 9th, the 16th, the 5th, the 21st and the 21st, and the 10th. I'm seeing them really strong. Watch for big news. Watch for more scandals to come out with them dates. Definitely to do with Parliament. So what I'm saying with the UK, it's going through some sort of purge at the minute, and I actually see not one election, but I see two. So I don't know if I'm looking way on here. But they're giving us a hung Parliament, and I don't know why. So there could be some problems facing there between Labour and Conservative. But I do I've had a funny feeling about Rishi Sunak for a while now, and I have a feeling he may run Prime Minister. He's going to run Prime Minister. I believe that. I've got a strange feeling about a blonde-haired Tory woman as well. Before Labour rises again. Before Labour rises again. And I actually feel it will be a woman Prime Minister. But we will be all right. There's going to be lots of strikes and lots of, there's something, this is like on a global matter. I don't feel it's going to be serious, but it's going to cause a lot of problems, where certain foods and getting into factories and supermarkets and that type of thing. And again, it's got something to do with the Middle East. You need to watch for that. But yeah, I feel Rishi Sunak will run for Prime Minister. He will go first, and then we will go, remember hung Parliament, then we will go Labour Britain, and a woman will be a Prime Minister. Interesting. As you know, to all our Brits out there and people who are interested, we've had Wimbledon, and it's all interesting. And that Australian lad's just gone through to the semi-finals, I believe. Is it, what's he called? Is it Kovish or something? I'm not very good at pronouncing names. But I believe that it's possible that he could go fourth into the final with Djokovic. But I do see a fair-haired lad as well. I'm feeling that really strong. So maybe, I'll look into it again next week. Or will it be over by next week? Maybe it might be. But I also do Twitch shows as well, and I'll be on Sunday night on Twitch as well. I'll look into it again. But tonight I'm going to predict Djokovic and that Australian lad, the one who's had all the controversy. how do you pronounce his name? Karafs or something. Anyway, you'll know what I mean. He's just won the semi-final. So it's all interesting there. So anybody who's watching Wimbledon, enjoy your strawberries and your ice cream and your strawberries and cream. I believe we're going to have quite a week coming in. I like the tennis. I feel there'll be a blonde-haired woman and a darker-haired woman will go into the finals. But I'll look into that into my next Will prediction on Twitch. And if you don't know how to get onto Twitch, I'll put the link in the description of my video. Okay, guys, let's go into New Zealand. Everybody keeps asking us about, well, you're looking to New Zealand, Louise, what you're saying. And I'm worried about floods over that way, guys. I'll be perfectly honest. But you are protected. I know recently there's just been new trade deals, hasn't there? That the Prime Minister of New Zealand's made with Boris. So yeah, we'll probably get a lot of New Zealand food, what's going to be coming in soon, which is exciting. But I do believe New Zealand comes under the category, the way I look at things, with Australia. I think it's a very protectorate over there. But you need to prep, guys, because I feel that there could be, again, I'm not saying panic buy, but just need to prep for, like, we could have food shortages. But I'm more worried to do with floods over your way. And I know it's been on the news there, and definitely to do with Australia. And there's more floods to come. I keep seeing airports in chaos. And I know there's been a lot of people queuing up airports and in airports in Australia, coming backwards and forwards in and out of Melbourne with the holidays and that. But I'm seeing a lot of flight cancellations. And I'm not just seeing this with Australia and New Zealand. I actually do feel this with New York, with London. I'm seeing a lot of Brits as well. You know, this is coming up between now and September. I want to say within the I don't know if it's 2 weeks, 2 to 3 weeks, 2 to 3 months, but there's going to be problems with planes. And I don't know if this has got something to do with fuel, but I'm seeing airports shutting or lots of planes. I've said this before in my previous predictions. But where I'm also feeling there's could be flood warnings, I'm getting the letter M, and I'm also feeling the letter M. So I don't know if that's to do with a town or a place. So you need to watch for that. And that's to do with Australia. I'm getting the letter S, the letter C. But I see a lot of flight cancellations. There's more to come. And it looks very hot. So to me, that makes me think we could have a heat wave coming in to the UK. And also the United States of America. But I'm also feeling... I'm feeling people getting upset and they're stuck. This is what I'm saying. And they're stuck in airports and they're needing drinks of water. So I don't know if this is to do with strikes. And there's going to be something big about an airline. An airline that will go bankrupt or will go down. Remember, it's the fight of the fittest. The fight of the fittest to come through this. I definitely feel there's another woman to rise in New Zealand and Australia, and a woman with blonde hair in Australia and a woman with dark hair in New Zealand, another woman. And I'm also seeing a guy with very dark skin and dark hair. I'm feeling quite swarthy complexion to rise within Australia as well. So you need to watch for this. There's scandals to come out with Australia, guys. Again, I'm getting August, September, October, November. So watch for that. Okie dokie. Where else should we look? United States of America. Because it's all going to heat up over the next couple of weeks. Let's see what I can see. Okay, I'm getting the IRS and it's bouncing out of this crystal ball, and I'm getting FBI. And this is interesting, this. I need to remember this. You know, there's this situation, what happened with the top FBI officials, James Comey and Andrew McCabe, and how they were investigated by the IRS for audits, intense audits. And this was after James Comey had fell out with Trump. This is when these intensive investigations took place. And they were selected at random. And I just think that's strange, guys. Do you not? It's a bit weird. I mean, you don't have to be psychic to see there's something up there. The both of them? Because apparently they were randomly picked. I mean, it could just be a coincidence. It's very possible, but I smell a fish. By January, no later, watch for news coming out with Comey. More to do with this. Through another person. Now, guys, I did say in my last will prediction and the one before as well, I've been saying this for about a few weeks now, that there would be many subpoenas. And that's happened. Tuesday is going to be very intense. Okay, so we've got is it top? It was the top Trump's White House lawyer, Pat Cipollone, is that right? What am I getting here? And he's going to testify. And it's going to be shocking. There's going to be big news coming out. 2 other big bits of news. And a bit of a confusion I'm getting. I'm seeing all these wiggly lines in me crystal ball. It's like I'm getting confusion. So maybe it might not go the way it should go. But I want you to remember this. His words will grate through Capitol Hill. Remember that. His words will grate through Capitol Hill. His words will prove there is more to Cassidy's statement. And it's not so much about what he says. It's how he says it. This is huge, guys. And it's going to be in headlines. It's not so much what he says, it's how he says it. It's quite haunting. And what he says, or what he doesn't say, is going to lead on to another 2 men and a woman to be investigated. I want you to remember that. What else am I getting? I believe text messages will prove the truth. Text messages or emails will prove truth. And this is to do with Trump, because I'm getting the colour red here. So there's going to be a man and 2 men and a woman will be investigated. I don't know why I'm getting this. Remember passports and planes. In August will bring shocking news on the 2nd and the 3rd and the 9th. 2 men will reveal some shocking information. In 2 sets, this is all to come out to do with this hearings, okay? Or around this hearings. 2 sets of information will come out at the same time. I'm not sure if it's the 15th or the 18th, guys, or the 19th. I'm also getting by the 5th of August as well. And this will be revealed as true. Messages will disclose truth. You cannot hide what is coming. And I did say in one of my last world predictions, a woman holds the key. I don't know if anybody can remember this. I said this. A woman holds the key to start the ball rolling. And I believe this is happening now. So I don't know if that's to do with Cassidy or it's to do with that lady what's doing the investigation. She's called, is it Fanny? Fanny's her name? Let me have a look. So text messages are going to prove to be true. Fanny Willis, isn't it? She will succeed. She's going to nail 3 people. She's going to nail them. This woman means business. This investigation will open more. Not 1, but 3. And I've said this before a long time ago, years ago. I said, when this big court case comes out to do with around politics in America, it's going to open old court cases, and I'm feeling this. And I keep getting the Mueller report as well. So remember that. 1 investigation will open more. Not 1, but 3. I keep getting that song, guys. I've got U2I here again. He's going, remember that song? I beg your pardon. I never promised you a rose garden. Who sung that? You'll have to comment on the link below. And as I'm getting that, U2I, he's buzzing around here. He's so funny. Such a cutie. I'm getting Rudy Giuliani. And I said months ago, I said this. He's going to be all over world news, and Sidney Powell and many others. Well, as you know, this has just all happened. So I do believe my visions are now starting to fall into place. 1 pardon will cause such controversy. And I don't know if this is to do with Rudy Giuliani or one of the other ones. I'm getting a really strange feeling about Sidney Powell. But I said that there would be a lot. I said that there's going to be, I got stick for it, hate mail for it. How can you say that? There'll never be, I said there's going to be loads of subpoenas. I said it, and it's just happened. This is just the start, guys. Okay, what else am I getting? Right, you need to watch for DeSantis for 2024, not Trump. Watch for DeSantis for running for Republicans. And if I'm getting this wrong, I'm going to be very surprised, because there's a big twist with all of this, guys. August holds the key. August holds the key. And I want you to remember Georgia and Rudy Giuliani. And a dark-haired man which will come forward, which will also open a can of worms. I keep getting Jared Kushner, and I don't know why. But watch for Republicans to change their minds. August holds the key. I see smoke and people getting interviewed on news. I don't know if it's an explosion or a shooting, so please take care. I'm very drawn to around New York, and I keep seeing some incident to do with tube stations as well. But when this comes off, I know there's a lot of different, things like that happen in the United States of America. But this is quite like something where it's going to be on the television, and everyone's, different people, the public. And I am being shown sort of it looks, if it's not New York, it looks like a busy place with high buildings like that. Unless it's Paris or London, but it reminds us of New York. But when this situation happens, the Trump dynasty will fall. I want you to remember that. I am saying New York. I'm going to stick with it. So I send you peace, love, protection. And stay safe, guys. It's about to all unfold. We just need to stand strong. And I'll be back on a bit soon. What I do know is that this all has to happen. Oh, what else am I getting? I'm going back to that Pat guy again, you know. I just get a strange feeling with it all. And it's... I am hearing the fifth. A few people are going to plead the fifth. But what I do get is there's a woman to come forth and she's... It reminds us like of that woman off the Matrix, you know, and she's where everybody's looking. But it's like a trap. Watch for this woman coming onto world news. Like the woman in the Matrix with the red dress. She's making big announcements. Giuliani is going to get into a lot of trouble, guys. I'm saying it really strong. And I've said this for a couple of years now. Since I've been on Twitch. Since I've been down me investigation holes, you know. It has to happen. And I do. Also, I'm feeling big news coming in with Florida as well. I still feel with the weather that, there's possibly crazy storms to come in there. But I keep getting like off, some situation to do with off the Atlantic, the Pacific. But a storm what will hit the East Coast. And when there's big news to do with a ship in sea, a man will be trialed. And this will take it further for court situations to come for Trump. I'm saying it really strong. And just before I pull away, I'm getting Mother Mary again. And she's coming in with so much love. It's really beautiful, this. I'm sort of seeing a holding baby Jesus. It's biblical, guys, that we're in. We're creating the new Bible. We're creating new earth. We will be all right. But the United States of America is about to have a big purge, guys. I send you peace, love and protection. And I'll be back on a bit soon. May the force all be with you all. And I'm off to make a cup of tea. I'll see you all soon. Bye now. Oh, and A2I says bye. I beg your pardon. I never promised you a rose garden. Where am I? I think I'm stuck on end screen. Guys, I need to stop doing this hassle travelling. I keep getting stuck in the cloud. But anyway, I'm stuck on my end screen. So don't forget, subscribe to my channel and press the bell for new updates. Us fairies, we're always getting up to mischief. See you all soon. Bye now.